Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am the Inventor Lady, and today we're talking about money. It's amazing how often we talk about money, and we'll continue to talk about money because it is the number one thing that can just make you. And I was talking to a colleague this morning, and he goes, I am just so frustrated when I hear about people paying for a coach or paying for consulting. Yeah. It's one thing if you've got to go out and pay for a book. Then I'd just rather have you burn it as fire starter because there are some really bad ones out there that give you really bad advice. So stop it. All right. It's my job to help you understand when it's time to spend the money and when it's not time to spend the money. Here at Inventor Lady, all right, we work really hard at giving you the right steps and the right time to spend money and how much it's going to cost. So stop spending money on consulting upfront. They charge a tremendous amount of money and they've got no accountability. If it fails, it fails. All right. So that said, when I'm acting as a licensing agent, I don't get paid until you get paid. Imagine that. All right, so I'm pretty picky about what I bring on. Sometimes I'm just mentoring someone and saying, I wish you the best of luck. Try these things. I don't charge for that. You can download the Inventors Galaxy Guide free. It takes you about 30 minutes to go through it and find out, do you really have the stomach lining and the budget for this? If you go through Archimedes Offspring, we are going to guide you through the steps. And when you say, oh, what about doing this? We're going to say no, no, and heaven's sakes, no. Archimedes Offspring is not going to pay for that. Well, now you can ask yourself, why not? Maybe because it's a bad use of money. Maybe it's that simple. Another one that we really frown on here is shared workspace. You don't have a business yet. Now, shared workspace will come along and be a proper thing at a proper time, but not yet. You're just beginning. Your shared workspace should be the kitchen table with the kids doing their homework. Or grandkids, depending on how old you are. But you get my idea. All right. Shared workspace is something that you do at home, not something that you should be paying for yet. All right. For the companies that are kind of growing up, you're getting a book of business, you're doing some manufacturing, then by all means, using shared workspace as opposed to workspace that you may only need to use one day of the week, that makes more sense, but not yet. All right, we talked to some guys in Utah that are doing that, and they say the same thing. Not yet, not in the beginning. All right, when you're just saying, I have an idea, what do I do? You're just looking at getting a search done. Don't run out and get shared workspace. I know it makes you feel all grown up, but no, don't do it that way. All right, when, there a young couple out of the New England area that had spent over $500,000 and all they had was a functioning prototype. They had made so many mistakes and they were actually trying to sell services now. It's like, let us counsel you on what? How to spend money poorly? Good Lord. There were a couple of us in there. It's just that we just looked at each other and said, why would we want to hire them? And why would we want them working with any inventors? And for goodness sakes, inventors, if you're using another inventor who wants to charge you up front, you certainly want to make sure that they are successfully in the marketplace with more than one product, right? These guys weren't. The other one I see frequently, all right, expensive videos, all right, and you don't even know if you've got a market yet, right? I have seen some really good videos that inventors have done with their phone and posted on YouTube. You can pay a few $100s to have it edited so that it says what you need it to say. But I saw one today that must have been tens of thousands of dollars, right? Not yet. The time comes for that, but not yet. All right. There are certain service providers that you will need to pay for. All right. And we're going to tell you which ones those are. All right. But we're also going to guide you on what the price range should be. Talking to an accountant, a business entity, setting up the right form of business. Do you need it right now? No, but you will probably sooner rather than later. But there's, different types of business entities. And based on personal experience, one may be better for you than another. Not my sandbox. I'm going to send you to someone and say, here, talk to this person, right? Same thing with attorneys. They're going to send you an invoice. Accountants are going to send you an invoice. You're going to pay those. Or if you're using Archimedes Offspring will, right? But there's sometimes when we just say, not yet. That time will come. And we are going to guide, but we're not going to charge you for a consulting fee. All right. The whole idea on Archimedes Offspring is it's a mentoring and funding mechanism. And when we say, all right, let's do this step next, and now we need to hire a registered patent attorney or an engineer, Archimedes is going to pay for that. But by golly, we are going to be frugal and we're going to protect that money and that investment. One of the taglines that we used for Inventors Roundtable for years and still do is don't spend a dime before it's time. We're going to help you determine where to spend those dimes when the time is right. And then either you, the inventor, or Archimedes Offspring is going to pay for that invoice. But when someone tells me, oh, we went to China to pick out a manufacturer, no, that's a boondoggle. All right. If you want to go to China on vacation, hire a tour guide. Don't spend your precious inventing dollars on something like that. First of all, you don't understand their protocols, their language. Hiring a translator just leaves you at risk. And one of the things that we know about manufacturing in China is that when you're talking to them, they frequently will say yes. It doesn't mean they understood you. It just means they heard you. And I've had a lot of coaching on that, so I know that that is the case. Nothing bad, it's just the reality. So you hire someone with feet on the ground in the United States, all right, or Archimedes does, and we know exactly what's going on. We know exactly the people we're dealing with, and that's who gets paid. So inventors, please stop spending money that you need later. Please, right? You know, whether it's shared space or for coaching or on videos, I've seen inventors waste so much money. And then by the time you call me and you say, but I don't have any money left, it's like, now it's kind of too late, right? I want you to get in touch with me, the Inventor Lady, or Archimedes Offspring sooner rather than later, all right? Sooner like in I have an idea, what do I do first? Or at least before you are out of money so that we can say, okay, let's do this. Let's try this, all right? I spoke with a lady today, and what I really did was just say, okay, this is not really my sweet spot. I do this with your video. Check out a trade show, all right? Start selling here and see if you can develop traction, right? Niches you need to be careful of. We've got a lady who's being vetted for Archimedes Offspring. She's got a very niche market, but a disposable product, so that it fits, it makes sense. But sometimes we see people in a niche and it's like, you know, not only do you need to make sure that if you are in a niche market, there's enough people there who want to buy your product, right? That there's enough people would actually know how to use your product, right? Just because there's a lot of people in a specific niche doesn't necessarily mean they'd take the time to learn it, all right? Or they would actually need it. So we're going to guide you through this. And that is my dog echoing, ditto, mommy. All right, ditto. Stop throwing your money away. And I'm waiting for her to echo that. There she is. I hope you have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. No more throwing money away. Let's pay attention. Let's do it right. My name is Rita Crompton. I'm the Inventor Lady, and it's our job here to help you take the right steps.